So I'm back on my bike again. It's just a short ride today. I'm actually on my way to Rutland Cycling here in Nottingham. They have really kindly, in support of our Lakes to London endeavours, offered Mel and I bike fit, which, as you can appreciate, when you're going to be sat on a bike for 300 miles, a bike fit is probably really, really valuable. Anyone I've spoken to who's had a bike fit say it's absolutely invaluable. You can have a bike fit with the bike that you've got already, or ideally, if you're looking to buy a new bike, have a bike fit first so you can kind of work out the geometry of what you're looking for. But today, hopefully, looking at some adjustments to my saddle and also my handlebars and a few other things that might make me a little bit more comfortable. This is me just arriving at Rutland Cycling in Nottingham. It's actually a specialised concept store, so it's pretty cool. Lots of amazing looking bikes. I always love a trip to the bike shop. What is not to love with all of these shiny things? So just going around the store, there's a really great bike fitting area where we're going to meet Phil, and I like to call him Mr. Retool. Retool is actually a fitting service done by Specialized, so it's quite interesting. I find it quite a fascinating process, and here Phil is. The lovely Phil. That's quite cool, isn't it?
Yeah. Get that one all the way back into there we go. So left foot is a little longer.
Phil is now playing dot to dot with me. He's busy fitting all of these dots and going to connect a bunch of wires to me so he can understand the movement of my feet, my knees and my hips all the way through the ride, to see how efficient I am and what we can do on the bike, how we can tweak my position to make me as efficient as possible. It's the arse end shot. I feel like an Arcano person.
So if we're in range, we get a green number.
Green, yay!
Hey,
Lots of green there, Phil.
Yellow number, it's slightly out of range. So the idea is we're not designing by computer, so even if you had some of these yellow ranges, we're not trying to force it into green numbers. It's all about how it feels on the bike. The most important column I'm looking at is column 2, because that's the asymmetry of the body from the right side to the left side. So we've got some small numbers in here, which is really, really good to start with. So going down, we've got our ankling at the bottom position, 4 degrees of difference. So that will be from, issues that's going off, pronation and so on and so forth. Maximum knee flexion is your quad angle, nicely level. Maximum knee extension is your angle in the knee, so again 34, 35. So I suggest at the moment that saddle might just be sitting a little high for you.
Yeah.
We'll have a look at that in a minute. Knee folder spindle is where our knee is over the axle, slightly out of range, and there's 10mm of difference. So that's probably because that saddle is twisted, so one knee is slightly different position, travelling further forward than the other side. Foot rotation is your cleat position. So your right cleat is a little squarer than your left cleat currently. So again, we'll have a look at that in a minute. One that's very important is your hip movement. So hip vertical, hip lateral. So through one full pedal revolution, your right hip's moving 57mm, your left hip's moving 57mm. So that's pretty good. You can't get better than 0.
Cool, top marks.
And laterally, that left side's moving out a little bit more. We know that left knee is coming out more than the right knee. Pedaling faster.
Yeah, I'm warmed up by now.
Although we've probably increased that angle in your hip and your...
So that's the first one, yeah?
That's the first one, but your head seems out of your neck there, which
yes.
is good. But on this one, I think because you probably got yourself into a bit more of a racy position, you see that the head just drops a little bit.
Yeah. So I'm just on my way back from my bike fit, and had a little adjustment in quite a few areas. The good news was I was fairly well aligned, but changed my saddle, which so far feels amazing. So getting that right, we know, is a really good thing. And even though I thought the saddle I had was comfortable, it was creating issues in my shoulders and my neck. So with that saddle change, Slight adjustment of my seat height as well, so I'm not overextending my ankle. It's taken quite a lot of pressure off a few points that have started to get kind of quite sore. So yeah, highly recommend a bike fit if you haven't considered it. If you've never bought a bike before and you're thinking about it, then go and get one before you do, so you can get a bike that really works for you. But if you've got a bike already, then it's well worth it to make the kind of adjustments that I've made today. And they really do make quite a difference. And after all, if you enjoy cycling, you cycle a lot, then why wouldn't you? So Mel, you're looking good.
Oh, Holly, I feel like Gina Asher-Smith, if I'm honest with you.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You live in a slight fantasy world. It's okay if you do.
Maybe Donna Fraser.
I know, I think Donna might be running a little bit faster than this, but they were doing well. Nice walk-run strategy, looking quite smooth. Got loads of fitness. Walking's just as important as the running bit.
And talking.
Yeah, and doing it together, I have to say, I'm thoroughly enjoying this run, having really not wanted to get out today. If anybody wants to know how modern day working happens at Her Spirit when you're trying to work and still train for a massive challenge, this is us trying to get to the train in time to get halfway back to Nottingham and then cycle the other halfway home as part of our Lakes to London plan. Ready to roll? So halfway home, we've just got off at Market Harborough. We've worked out the Wahoo routing, so wish us luck. We're on the way to Rutland Water. So we've made it to Rutland and stopped for a little lunch.
And we had a lovely pasty, packet of crisps and a Diet Coke. You can't beat it, right?
No, I think that definitely ticks the carbohydrate box, and hopefully it's going to fuel the last 25-30 miles home. So hopefully by this evening we will be another cycle ride done.
But we have eaten an apple, Jessie, so it's okay. We've had some vegetables.
I think it's fair to say that when you're training to the amount that we are, Jessie says we can get away with quite a bit more. So I've actually found it quite difficult to eat in the last couple of weeks. I've definitely lost my appetite. Who knew? I thought I would just love eating everything and anything, but that's not quite true. But today's pasty, I have to say, has hit the spot. So that's today's top fueling tip. Lovely, beautiful Rutland water. I don't often come this way actually, so that's one of the pleasures of getting on a bike, or getting off a train actually, early and then getting on a bike. You discover lots more local places. Made it, just. The light was fading, but we got there. Another one in. Well done, Mel.
Okay, so it's Thursday at Spring Lakes and it's raining. We're not sure where the sunshine has gone at Her Spirit HQ, but we have a visitor, Sarah. You look very wired. Have you been having lots of caffeine, or have you been having your awesome bars?
2 cups of tea today and looking forward to this later.
A raspberry blondie. Okay, so we've got our little boxes. Have you got any donations yet?
Chester, can you go out and get some donations, please?
The office dog, Chester, is in town. He's ready to go. He has his own profile, but I'm trying to find Holly. That's all the biscuits that I threw over the floor when I kicked it. And Holly seems to have gone AWOL. But Holly's having a little nap. Holly, has it been a rough day at the office?
Tired.
Why are you tired?
Oh, I'm tired because it's Thursday and it's multiple days of activity, travelling a lot with work. And I've just had some lunch and I just kind of slipped off my chair. I thought I'd have a little bit of a nap. So hopefully the nap will sort me out before we do another cycle session.
And you're not worried about all the wires that are behind you?
Not really. Don't have much to worry about at the moment, so that's fine. But we've got a meeting, I think, in half an hour, an operations meeting about Lakes to London, about how the three of us are going to make it from the Lake District to London in one piece. We're doing upside and downside kind of planning, so hopefully we'll be more than prepared.
I've got something for you. Ready?
I don't know if I'm ready. What? Oh, it's a book.
No, what does it say?
It's not a book. It would have been gin. Who drank the gin? That's the question. A bit like who found Wally? Who drank the gin?
Where you been today?
I've been to the physio.
And it's usually a pleasurable experience, isn't it?
Yeah, it normally is, and it wasn't an unpleasurable experience. So for all of those, just to prepare you, I've had some issues with my shoulders. So I've had some issues with my shoulders and my neck, and Gemma, our amazing physio, has tried a new technique on me today called cupping. You might see Adam PT, Michael Phelps and others doing it, so I thought if it's good for them, it's good for me. But I think this is the net results. I have to say, I have now full neck flexibility, which I haven't had for a long time, and I can rotate through my thoracics, so let's hope that it's all worth it. And I haven't done 10 rounds. So it's Friday night, just popping out for a 5-mile run. Now that is what you call a dinner of champions. Quarter pounder salad, roasted veg on the barbecue, and these amazing carbohydrate potatoes. Oh, look, a little red wine. Oh, I think that was a gin and tonic. Tomorrow is rest day, so hence why a little bit of fun, a little tipple doesn't hurt and aids the training.
It's a thing to then be able to think about. And then when you're going up the hill, like you were talking about, is if you look at how severe that hill is, this is a nice natural slope, so you probably won't need to take it out of this big ring at the front, but we're going to get you used to doing all of that. So we're going to get you to over here really hard, and we're going to get you under here, which is big.
This is the Her Spirit Peloton. This is part of our Lakes to London, raising important cash for breast cancer now. Today is day 1 of our virtual challenge, and look at all these ladies smashing it out together. It's just awesome. Thanks everyone for your amazing support, for all of your fundraising. Keep going. You've got 6 weeks and £100,000 to raise.